sports, entertainment, or relationships, Radio on Fire has the urban experience covered from all angles. Visit RadioOnFire.com, download the Radio on Fire app, and follow us on social media at Radio on Fire. Welcome back to the Father and Son News Show. My name is Don McKay, in here alongside my father, D. Williams. How you doing, Dad?
Good.
Of course, every week we're here unpacking political and social stories. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, hit the like button. Drop your comments in there. It really helps the show. So without further ado, let's dive in. How you doing, by the way?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. This is a good story you can really talk about.
Yes. The richest black American is going to pay off Morehouse 2019 graduates' student loans. So Robert F. Smith, he is 56 years old, and he's the founder of the private equity firm Vista Equity Partners. And he is one of the nation's most prominent African American philanthropists.
Yes.
So, net worth $5 billion.
With a B.
With a B.
$5 billion.
Yeah, ahead of Oprah. No, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he was recognized with an honorary degree from Morehouse, along with Angela Bassett. And he was, one of the speakers and stuff. Were you familiar with him?
Yes. Now, his $5 billion riches has only come about in the last 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Last few years. He's always had money, but
right, but not that.
Yeah.
He wasn't rolling like that.
Yeah, he's rolling now. So yeah.
So
I mean, but think about it. 400 students, 400 males he's paying out. That's wonderful. And that's what we have to do. We got to put our money where our mouth is. We can talk.
I think and the other thing is that they always talk about the negative side. We have so many of our people in jail, our males in jail, and doing bad things. But the fact that it's these 400 students here, and this is a fraction of the graduates this year across the country that are black males. But I'm just saying that doesn't get highlighted enough. The fact there's 400 in this school, that's a large graduate. That's larger than my co-ed class at Emerson.
But when you think about the country, why would they? They want to talk about the negative things.
Right.
They want to keep us on the news with the mugshots. Because if you look at the news and you hear something that a white person has done, I can always tell when it's a white person did it because they won't show his picture.
Committing a crime.
Yes, some kind of crime. They won't show his picture. But ours is colored. It's right up. Is that frame, is it clear? Yeah, right there for you to see it. So no, they don't want to talk about this. And your sister was in the news business, and she said that she saw it, that they talked about the stories that they wanted to talk about that were negative about us, and the negative stories about white people. They put it to the side. They didn't talk about it because they got a preference of what they want to talk about.
Right. It's not cool. But that's one of the main reasons why we have Radio on Fire.
Radio on Fire.
Talk about those things. So we definitely want to congratulate, first of all, the 400 students.
Absolutely.
And Mr. Smith. So he said that my family is going to create a grant to eliminate your student loans. He said this during the commencement address. You great Morehouse men are bound only by the limits of your own conviction and creativity.
And those words are powerful. People hear it all the time.
Yeah.
As high as you can dream, you can be. But if you can conceive, you can be. But if you spend the time to think about that, I can do. I've always instilled that into you guys. You can do anything in this world, and listen. I always told you guys, God gave this planet to you, Dwayne. It belongs to you. It's yours. All this is yours. Whatever you want to do, this is yours. And we talked about some people in that you grew up with in Baltimore, who the neighborhood you lived in, Evanston Village. They've never left Evanston Village. Mm-hmm. That's their world. Mm-hmm. That's been their whole world. So no, it's this thing called life is wonderful. It is. Even though collectively we are in a bad situation economically,
right?
But it depends on us. It's all on us. Here's one man that can pay off the student loan for 400 of his brothers. Oh, what kind of feeling is that? Mm-hmm. Man.
That is the epitome of giving back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So also in the news, of course, recently going to jail, Michael Cohen, lawyer that's in jail, right? He told Congress that a Trump lawyer urged him to lie about the Moscow project. So, of course, we know that Cohen is Trump's former attorney, and he told the Congress lawmakers earlier this year that Jay Sekulow, another attorney for Trump, instructed him to lie about the timeline. Because if you remember, they were trying to say that the Trump Tower Moscow deal was over way before the point that they were during the election cycle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he wanted all the stories to line up, right? So there was a closed-door hearing with the House Intel Committee back in February and March. And in his testimony, he said that Sekulow instructed him to say in the 2017 statement to Congress that conversations on a project to erect the Trump skyscraper in Russia ended in January 2016, when in fact those negotiations continued on during the election cycle. Like they were, that's the thing about it. Do you think that if Trump voters had this information, it would have changed anything? I'm asking the question. I'm asking the question.
Not at all. It wouldn't have changed a thing.
How could it not? I mean, here's the thing. If they had put this out there, do you think that Hillary could have seized on this? Could Bernie Sanders have seized on this and, pointed to the fact, hey, he's got a deal with Russia?
Listen, when the elections were going on in 2016, if you remember, I don't know if I told you. I had to tell you. I told your mother. I said, this guy is a spy. She needs to bone right down, especially when he said, Russia, can you give us all 33,000 emails on TV live and in person? You can see. I
remember. You know what you should have did? You didn't do it, but you should have did it. You should have hit up info@hillaryclinton.com and dropped a line. Yeah. But no question. I don't think she could have did it though. I mean, I don't think she has the. She doesn't have the personality to be able to bring that information out. I mean, she would have lawyer talked it, and it wouldn't have really sank in.
I know what you're saying. I agree. And actually, you haven't heard him yet, but the mayor of New York is running.
You said I haven't heard him. I've heard him. He's gone straight at him.
I like him.
I like him too.
He said, "I'm from New York. I know how to fight him. I know him."
And he said, "I beat him before."
Yeah, and I know him.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. You need somebody because the commentator said
they're not supporting the mainstream media is not supporting him.
If he could get into the debates, but I don't think he's gonna make it into debates.
But if he can get into the debates,
I think he will because
this first debate you're talking about.
Yeah. Next month.
But he got a lot of money, so he's not going to drop out just because he can't make it to the debates. Right. There's a lot of people of this 23, and he was the 23rd. That if they don't make it in his debates, their money's going to dry up. Mm-hmm. He's got enough money to be able to roll. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
He's got.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have $1 billion?
No, we're not talking. I don't think he got the billion. Because now this is the guy.
He got millions.
He had access to money, but I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
Well, we ain't counting his pockets.
And then he's thinking about.
I'm saying you saw his campaign video. He's in the back of the chauffeur. He's in a chauffeur-driven vehicle. Said that he could fight Trump, and he's in New York, and we work hard, we fight hard. You didn't see it?
No, yeah. I just saw an interview with him. No, I didn't see that. And the commentator said because he said I called him Don. Yeah. And he said, well, do you think the American people want to hear you go in the gutter with him? He said, that's not going in the gutter. Everybody knows he's a con man. I'm telling you what he is. I was in the gutter. He's a con man. Yeah. Don Con. Yeah. Everybody in New York knows that. Yeah. I liked him.
But not only in New York. Everybody knows.
Everybody who knew anything about
the people that vote for him know, I think.
Nah, I told you about this guy I talked to yesterday. He said he found out about him during the elections and knew of him through his television show. They don't know him. He thought he wrote the book. I said he can't even read.
All right.
He read worse than I do, and I can't read that well.
All right. So tell me this: do you think anybody else is getting in the race?
Maybe. It may be. Especially, and I tell you, I say maybe because after we see the debates, they're going to say, this is it? You know what I mean? This is it? I might as well run. So, yeah, I think we'll get people after they see the debates. Yeah.
So he, just for a moment, so de Blasio said that as president, he's going to take on the wealthy. He will take on big corporations, and he will not rest until the government is working for the people.
Well, that's what people want to hear. They want to hear that,
But they're gonna be looking at him like New York City.
So he was in a limo.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
He was in the back of a vehicle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that is that's
Yeah,
I think that he's good because he's a good foil. You know what I mean? He's a good foil for Trump.
Yeah.
But Trump is laser focused on Biden and Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, well, he wants them to win.
Yeah.
Because he said, I beat them old dudes more than the 40s. I beat them old dudes. You know what I mean? He wants them. Oh, he would love Bernie Sanders. Yeah. Oh, he would wipe him.
I don't know about Bernie Sanders. I don't know about Bernie Sanders. I mean, we as far as Michael Cohen, he has what you call a credibility problem. Even when he's telling the truth, people are going to be able to point to the fact that. He seems like he's lying or he's lied in the past. Mm-hmm. But you brought up a great point before. Everybody's lied before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the guy that he's worked for is the one that told him to lie.
Right.
And this is
because the lie benefits Trump.
Right.
They don't benefit Michael Cohen.
Exactly.
But such is life. So another thing that's really troubling me is why is Mueller scared to testify?
They're scared, man. Trump has these people intimidated. Mm-hmm. They're intimidated.
Special counsel Robert Mueller, his team has expressed reluctance in him testifying in public in front of the House Judiciary Committee.
This guy that is in office, is a gangster. Okay, that's what he wants to be, and he is going to use the same tactics that Putin does, and Mueller don't know that, and so and Mueller knows that the FBI is jumping on halfway, getting on the Trump side. I mean, he's. Incredible as it may seem to me, it was incredible how successful he is in doing what he's doing.
Trump.
Yes. Yeah. And taking over this country.
Yeah.
This is a coup. And everybody's looking at it.
He made it look easy.
Yes, he did.
He made it look easy.
And he did. And the reason that he did is that he didn't go high. He didn't do it like Nixon, real sneaky.
Yes. Yeah.
In your face. all the way, in your face. And people don't know. They're in shock. The Congress is in shock. Like, well, nobody's ever done this before. What do we do? I mean, there's no information on this. And they are just.
The founders didn't talk about this.
Exactly.
The founders need to tell them everything. They did.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So they just.
So but this is the thing. He spent 2 years. Putting together this supposed, report, whatever, and now he can't get in front of anybody and talk about what he did.
But listen, he could not get the president. They got Clinton to talk. They couldn't get him. They couldn't get him to talk to them, and even what he wrote to them contradicted things. They're not saying they're intimidated by him, and he has been quite successful in taking charge by putting in hundreds of judges. If he stays in here, this guy, I can't even think about what is going to happen if he gets another 4 years.
More of the same.
Worse, because he's going to have complete domination. Complete. Courts will be his. They'll never be able to try him for anything. They can hang that up. They'll be able to try his underlings, but not him. Definitely not him. And so they have this, of course you have the option of having Mueller testify behind closed doors. But the thing is that they're saying is that it's up to him whether he wants to do it or not. And he don't want to do it. No.
It's like he's scared too.
He is. He said, I did my part, and that's why he didn't say he was guilty. He just, they threatened him.
They needed an independent counsel. Why didn't they get an independent counsel?
It's the same, man. If
you had an independent counsel, and they wouldn't have been, under the thumb. But it was like, and that's because this was, I don't know.
But see, these people are playing unlike any other politicians have played before. These people are playing hardball, and they playing out of Putin and North Korea's dictator. He wants
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, he's not trying to be. I talked to this guy last night. He's not trying to be president. I told the guy, he wants to be a king. He doesn't want to be a king. I said, what? I said, this guy wants to be the king of this country, and he's working at that. And if he stays in another 4 years, he will be. He will be.
Yeah, that's that is troubling. And then all of the people that you think or mainstream media puts up as, all right, this person is going to set everything, clear, set the path, make the path clear for Trump really being exposed.
Right.
And that person, I thought it was Mueller, but I've long since reconciled with the fact that it's not Mueller. Then briefly, I thought it was going to be Don McGahn. Because I said, this is a former attorney, and he knows all the dirt.
Right, but see, they know the dirt, but they also know the support that he has within their circle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're saying, I wouldn't report that, Don, if I were you. And so he, they don't have no backup. It's like when Obama was in office, you ain't got no backup. Who got my back? Anybody got your back, Mom?
Yeah.
And so he said, I'm not going to get killed just for
these Democrats doing the right thing, quote unquote right thing.
Exactly.
So he was supposed to testify today before the House Judiciary Committee about the Mueller report, but he defied the committee subpoena. So he's been subpoenaed. He ain't come, skipped it, right? Mm-hmm. Now, they left a chair out for him and put the little nameplate thing. We went through the little charade, had a little thing, Don McGahn, right there. If you or I defy a subpoena, we get what is commonly referred to as an FTA, a failure to appear, right? Mm-hmm. They come in looking for us to lock us up. These guys are saying, I don't want to forget that subpoena. What is going on? Mm-hmm.
It's what you said before, that he wanted to, in his campaign, he wanted to clean up the swamp?
Drain the swamp.
Drain the swamp.
Right. He wanted to drain the swamp. And he's draining the swamp of all of the good people. Yeah. He's keeping corruption in and draining all the law out.
And everybody can see this. And they perplexed, like, I don't know what to do. I mean, he's supposed to come and supposed to clean it. Yeah. And the president, they said, and which was ridiculous. They said he will not testify in front of Mueller because Mueller would get him into a
perjury trap.
It's going to be a perjury trap. Yeah. In other words, he's going to lie, and you're going to see that he's lying.
But my thing is that everybody else going forward needs to use these same excuses. Exactly. They laid the blueprint out, and the Republicans are going to try to flip back to something else. If President Obama or whoever, Biden, whoever's next, uses these same excuses, then they're going to act like they didn't say and allow all these things that they're allowing right now.
Right. And then what they would try to do is say, well, it wasn't exactly like this.
Yeah.
There's nothing exactly like anything. Right. Not exactly like anything.
Right. It's ridiculous. But Jerry Nadler, who to me is weak, but he's the House Judiciary Chairman. Mm. He says he's going to get a testimony one way or another. He said, let me be clear, this committee will hear Mr. McGahn's testimony even if we have to go to court to secure it. We will not allow the president to prevent the American people from hearing from this witness. Even if you say during in the Mueller report, and I've not read the whole report, but I have read a good deal of it. Even if you say, which there is clear obstruction of justice in there, but even if you say he didn't obstruct justice then, he's definitely obstructing justice now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And in the report, he does.
What is obstructing justice? I mean, if the court says you must appear and you say you ain't gotta go, don't testify, don't talk.
I think that to me that's the only way. Obstruction is very simple to me. If you have an investigation going on, Nikki's in here. If Nikki is a witness, they need to talk to Nikki.
Nikki, don't talk to nobody about nothing.
And she doesn't go, or even if she goes. Even if she goes, the fact that I told her not to go, or you told her not to go, or I sent some goons to pay her a visit in the hair salon, that's trying to obstruct justice.
Yeah, that is. That's the textbook definition.
Now, if she, and here's the little gray lines they try to go in. Now, if we did that and she goes anyway, I still attempted to obstruct justice, even though she went. So I didn't obstruct it, but I attempted to, right? And that's the thing. So in some instances, like with Michael Cohen, they tried to lean on him a little bit, and he still talked to a degree. But they attempted to obstruct justice because they, through the lawyers and through little things
and through the media, they said
definitely.
They said, "What about you? You better think about your wife and your father-in-law." Right. This is gangsterism.
That's a blatant threat.
This is gangsterism.
But that's the kind of stuff that John Gotti did.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. And everybody sees it. And they act like they do like this. They act like they go, oh God, I don't see it.
And hear it. They don't hear it either.
Right.
So they say, hey, as Donald Trump, as one of us, forget about it.
Yes.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Eat another cannoli.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's just
exactly.
It's ridiculous. But so I think that he's playing the waiting game. You want to wait all this out. So they have this invisible line, this imaginary line. When they get into the election cycle, when you turn on mainstream news and they start playing those little the election music with the horns in it, when they start playing that, all this stuff goes away, and all they're gonna focus on is election 24/7, and all this stuff is gonna evaporate. It's gonna evaporate unless Biden or one of the Dems gets in office, then all this stuff is going to materialize in 2020 summertime or 2021 summertime. But otherwise, if Trump gets in again, this stuff is going to be gone, never to be heard from again. The end.
It's incomprehensible.
It's going to be over like a Trump marriage.
Oh my goodness.
But by the time they got married, by the time he gets married to the girl, he done already cheated on her so many times. By the time they jumped the broom. Well, he ain't jumped the broom. They probably just put the broom. I don't know what. He can't even jump.
The thing about this guy is that everything is about him. I never seen anybody like him before.
Yeah.
Everything.
I would like to hear his siblings talk about him, like really, some people that really know him.
Well, I think that those who they say that they know him, they say he's not the same person now. I've heard people say that. And the guy is a Gemini. I think the guy's birthday is June 14th, so he's a Gemini.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
You know how them Geminis are.
Yeah. Funny style.
They can change up, and they always smiling and always. And they say that they make the best car salesmen. They're salespeople.
Yeah.
For sales.
He's
a salesman.
Yeah,
he's selling.
Definitely.
He's selling.
Definitely. Well, as time goes on, we're getting closer to the debates, the first Democratic debates.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
that. And things are really, really going to heat up. And as we get into this election season, we have some great things in store. We're going to do some political forums here as well.
Good.
And so I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And you have some things that we're going to be doing as it relates to this campaign. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. Yeah. Locally and nationally.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. So I'm excited. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Dad. As always, for another great show.
Yes, indeed.
And so we'll be back next week for more news, more debates. And next week, speaking of debates, next week we're going to have a Trump super fan.
Yes. Unbelievable.
To talk with us about his Well, yeah. What do you call the? I guess are they called MAGA? They're MAGA supporters. Is that what they are?
Yeah. Trumpiet.
You got the beehive.
What surprised me is
I guess MAGA people.
Those MAGA people is that they don't like Bush. And they
only like him.
They don't like him, and they don't like John McCain.
He's made. They're made in Trump's image.
Yeah. Right. He flipped them.
That's not a good thing. Okay,
no,
So they have a Coke bottle figure, and what figure is that? A gallon of juice. A gallon of milk. As always, we're available on demand. RadioFire.com/father and son.
And get your news from RadioOnFire.com.